Hey friends, it's Akidearest. I just decorated my anime shelf to fit the theme of the spoopy month, or the Halloween theme if you will, and I kind of want to show the details of that right now. I hope that my cute little setup has given some positivity to your guys' lives, especially since I'm about to destroy it in about 2 seconds. An employee of Universal Studios Japan in Osaka found what appeared to be human bones on the park grounds. At around 2:30 p.m. on October 12th, the worker called police after making the grisly discovery in a green space along a road bordering the amusement park. I have so many questions. What the fuck is wrong with people, dude?
警察によりますと、今日午後2時半ごろ、USJ の従業員から敷地内の植え込みに人骨を発見したと110番通報がありました。
従業員が人の頭蓋骨のようなものや歯のようなものを発見し、警察に通報しました。今日も複数の人骨のようなものや衣服のようなものが発見されたということです。
昨日ツイッター見て、それで知ってちょっと怖いなって。
まさか人の骨あるなんて、何があったんやろ。
Where do I even begin? Well, going into more details, there's really not much. As of the recording of this video, this only really came out yesterday, so they haven't really been able to define an age or the gender. The only thing that they've been able to confirm is that by looking at the bones, they're too big to be a child or an infant, so it must be an adult. Not that that makes this situation that much better, but I just have so many questions on how did this even happen? It says that the bones weren't found near any main attraction or where there's a lot of people. It was actually found in the bushes of just the borderline of Universal Studios. The timing of this is just impeccable because not only did I just finish watching that Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix, but also it's just around Halloween. Like, what is it about October that just invites some of the most messed up crap to happen? Wasn't there a thing also last year in Japan where there was that guy dressed up as the Joker that set the train on fire? I remember that. Actually, I think that was on Halloween night coming from Shibuya. And now there's this. Either this is a really sick Halloween prank or some really dumbass serial killer thought that they could get away with it by hiding the bones in the bushes of Universal Studios. This was found by, I'm assuming, one of the gardeners that maintains some of the park's like plants. So they were able to find teeth, a jaw, and other human bones all collected in there. I'm just reminded of other cases that kind of make me think like, wow, Japan actually has a really bad track record when it comes to finding dead bodies. What do I mean by that? Let me just show you guys a couple. Dead body found in real-life Totoro's forest in Japan. A local resident, a man in his 40s, had been feeding stray cats in the forest when he found a skeletonized human corpse. Dead man found in a car in parking lot. Police say the body may have been there for over 2 years. Man arrested for throwing his brother's skull in the trash claims he thought it was fake. The trash company called the police after workers saw what looked like a human skull and jawbone, as well as a bank card with the dead brother's name on it. It had been at least several months since his brother had died. Woman finds a skeleton, possibly of her missing brother, while cleaning her house. Man, why do I have to read this at night right now? So going back into it, I really hope that they find whoever did this. I think I saw a comment that was like saying that they thought that the bones probably fell from a building and maybe the serial killer is there, but being at USJ, I don't think that there's any appropriate place for it to fall from, especially since all of the bones were kind of clumped together. For me, I'd say it's pretty likely that the killer was walking by trying to dispose of the evidence and had the bones in some type of bag and then dumped it into the bushes. And then one of the people that maintain Universal Studios found the bones in the bushes and called the police and started the investigation from there. This is just one of the uneasiest things about Japan that I just can never get used to, is that our crime rate is very famously known for being low. And it's true, for the most part. If you lose your phone on a bus or a train, there's actually a pretty good chance that you'll get it back or that it's turned in to the authorities. Whereas in America, that phone's lost before it even hits the ground. But when crime does happen in Japan, it's like from 0 to 100. Almost every crime that has come out from Japan has been bizarre, to say the least. It's not even anything predictable like a gang fight or two people that got drunk and one of them killed the other. It's like the peace is kept for so long and then out of nowhere someone snaps. And every time I read their reasoning for things, it's always something so bizarre. Like I remember that there was a case where there was an old guy that killed his upstairs neighbor for being too loud. They just let it build up inside of them for so long and then they become unhinged, and then the littlest thing can cause them to just go crazy. This is just a byproduct of something that I've really had an issue with in Japan, and it's just their lack of support for mental health. Legitimately, I just feel that therapy is just not supported here, or it's not really a thing. There are places to get therapy, but it's barely encouraged. No one ever talks about it. I feel like people think that because it's their issue, they have to be strong enough to deal with it on their own. And that's commendable. I mean, some people can. But obviously, there's a chain of events going on here, and there's a clear issue that I think comes from the fact that Japan is a very introverted country. And when you're introverted, you definitely get stuck in your thoughts a lot. And you tend to overthink or catastrophize everything in your head, and eventually you just snap. And a lot of this could just be prevented if you just had someone to talk to. But I don't know what it is with Japan's problem of just not making therapy just more accessible. Like, I get why some people don't take it. Maybe they think it's too expensive, and maybe some of them think that they want to be able to find the issue on their own. Again, that's totally fine, but clearly there is an issue going on societally wise that is causing this to happen as often as it is. And then when things like this happen, like, of course you get my reaction where it's like, what's wrong with people? How could they act like this? But clearly I feel like something has happened along the way that has brought them up to that point. Not to give an excuse, it's just giving a reason. I mean, again, I just watched that Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix where you look through his childhood and you kind of see a series of events. In Japan's case, I feel like there's just a lot of things about the culture that are not really supporting people to just be open with their feelings. I feel like they almost feel that it's a taboo, or that you'll look like a pussy for doing that. That's just kind of the vibe that I get from people that just don't want to talk about their issues. I myself know a couple of people here who have their own issues, who don't want to talk about it. And again, that's fine, but I can see that it eats them up so much. And then when I find out later why they won't talk to me or anyone, it's more like they're just scared that people are going to judge them. And if you can't tell anyone you're taking therapy, okay, great. But Japan doesn't even really push that. For example, they have like a really intense work culture here where they just make you work day in and day out. They don't give a shit about your feelings. They think that you're just a pussy if you complain. They don't really allow you to be human. They only care about something being functional. They are willing to put your own happiness and mental health off to the side to make sure that a company succeeds. And there is just something really fucked up about that. Okay, I'm gonna end that topic there because I'm just deviating. The point is, some people are really messed up. And I feel like there are a few that are just born that way, but then there are a lot of other people where there's a series of events that lead up to this thing. But yeah, it's clear that the person who threw the bones into the bushes of USJ is fucking insane. Don't know what led them up to that point, but I hope that they find who did it soon and come out with more details later. If they do, I'll put a link in the description. But yeah, the piece of shit that put the bones into the bushes of USJ, hope they get caught, hope they get what's coming for them. Here's a reminder for all of you guys to stay safe during Halloween, and also, I'm working on Detective Aki right now. It's been so goddamn long and I've been editing it, so stay tuned in for that. But I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!